On this week's Monday Night Raw, we had Seth Rollins curb stomping Bobby Lashley into the multiverse, but even more shocking is the fact that he managed to coexist with Kevin Owens. This is WrestleMania, and we are here to update you on all things pro wrestling, bringing you today's top 5 wrestling news. And to celebrate the launch of the channel, we got a big giveaway, so stick around in the video for all of that. To never miss an update, make sure to be subscribed and have those notifications turned on. At number 5, we are starting off with something that is making the rounds this week, as WWE seems to be planning a massive surprise for this upcoming WrestleMania. Looks like they're going to be bringing back Stone Cold Steve Austin, as WrestleVote reported that the company is interested in having the Hall of Famer part of the event since the show is being held in Dallas, Texas, the home state of Stone Cold Steve Austin, which will actually make sense why the teaser trailer for WrestleMania already features Stone Cold Steve Austin in it, with him hyping up the two-night event. What's interesting about all of this is that WWE actually wants to do something meaningful with him, but it is all up to the creative team on what exactly they come up with. My guess on all of this is that it looks like they don't want to have Stone Cold as just the quote-unquote host of the show. Instead, they want him to be more involved. The report does indicate that this doesn't mean that Stone Cold is going to be wrestling, but will do something significant on the show than just hosting it. An easy speculation to make at the moment is that maybe they could have Stone Cold be the referee or a special enforcer for one of the matches on the show, and of course also give him some type of promo segment that ends in him just stunning someone or just everyone. As we are in the topic of WrestleMania, that is obviously going to be WWE's biggest show of 2022. It's gonna be tonight with a jam-packed arena, unless of course things change, because there could be a possibility of that. Earlier reports from the Wrestling Observer Radio indicates that WWE is getting ready just in case they need to return to the Thunderdome, as cases are now rising back up and there could be new restriction being applied that will ultimately affect WWE running show in jam-packed arenas. Do keep in mind that these are just some early reports, and as of right now there is no mandate against large-scale gatherings, but again, with cases rising back up, there is a possibility of this. And Ringside News indicate that a well-placed source within the company have indicated that there are a lot of contingency plans that are being discussed within WWE right now, and apparently they are quote-unquote prepared for all scenarios playing out. WWE is already being forced to limit some live events and even cancel some in Canada, as new restrictions are coming up as cases continue to rise. The good news about all of this is that WWE is prepared just in case something like this goes down again. On our next report, we're talking about the WWE and AEW rivalry, as it looks like it continues to heat up even within the wrestlers. Andrew Zarin of Mad Men podcast indicated that recently there seems to be a divide happening between wrestlers in AEW and WWE, with a growing belief that many wouldn't switch to the other company even if given the opportunity to do so. This is obviously very interesting, and what it tells me is that even the wrestlers are taking this competition serious. They want their company to be the best, they want their team to be the best, and many of them are loyal to making that team / brand / company the best. Competition is good regardless of what product you watch, because it makes the competitor want to be the best at whatever they do, which in turns mean we get a better product. For our next report, we are talking about the Royal Rumble and the potential main event for that show. At day 1, we know that Brock Lesnar is going to be going against Roman Reigns for the Universal Championship, and this is not necessarily a surprise, but it looks like Drew McIntyre is up next, and a big matchup between Roman and Drew is set to happen at the Rumble. Right now, WWE is giving Drew McIntyre a massive push, just winning every single matches, and obviously looking extremely dominant. They are also pushing the idea that Drew McIntyre is getting screwed, and Adam Pearce and Sonya Deville don't want to give him a Universal Championship opportunity, even him getting removed from that Battle Royal a few weeks ago. So with this being the report coming from WrestlingNews.co, this could mean that some way, somehow, Roman Reigns is going to survive Brock Lesnar at day 1 pay-per-view, and then they might run it back at WrestleMania. If I was a betting man, I would say that Paul Heyman is not really fire and they're just playing Brock right now, but that's a topic for another time. Talking Talking about Brock Lesnar, check this out. I never seen this man smile so much. Babyface Brock Lesnar has truly been amazing, and it has been a massive surprise that it has been so good. Last thing we're discussing today on WrestleMania is a couple of reports and highlights coming out of Monday Night Raw. As we got to see it played out, it looks like WWE is preparing for Bobby Lashley's babyface turn and a babyface run as we get closer into WrestleMania. He teamed up with Big E this week, and in a way, they actually coexisted. On top of that, they tease Bobby Lashley potentially breaking up from MVP. Now, I definitely don't want to see that happen. I'm kind of wishing that MVP just turns babyface with Bobby, because they are just really good together. We got to see the quote-unquote final chapter of Bianca Belair and Doudrop, and new reports are making the rounds that it looks like Doudrop could be going back to being Piper Nevins, as WWE has trademarked all of that, and it looks like she's gonna be getting her name back, which I am not opposed to. Eva Marie is no longer around, so there is really no point for her to keep this name. Another big highlight for the night was AJ Styles and Omos breaking up after losing the matchup against the Mysterios. WrestleVotes gave us some backstage news on the reason why they split up, and not really a surprise, but it looks to be like a last minute type of change. The reports indicate that the Omos and AJ Styles split was indeed sped up. Sources indicate that both superstars have significant plans in early 2022, and WWE wanted any type of blow-off program done prior to the major Rumble and WrestleMania events. So it looks like they got major plans for both of these stars as singles competitors, heading into the Rumble and heading into WrestleMania. And all of a sudden, because of all of this, to me it kind of feels like AJ Styles just became one of the favorites to win the Rumble. Definitely expecting AJ Styles to turn babyface at the end of all of this. And that is today's more or less a top 5 wrestling news. To celebrate the launch of WrestleRound, we are giving away a $50 WWE Shop/AEW Shop gift card. Winner will be determined on the first week of the new year. All you gotta do is drop a like, make sure to be subscribed and have those notifications turned on, and comment down below who do you think will be the Royal Rumble winners. With all of that said, thank you guys for watching. Very excited to start this journey here on WrestleRound, keeping you guys up to date and talking everything pro wrestling. You guys stay savage, and I'll catch you on the next one.